Hey, so I'm back, and today we're going to be building a penthouse, but it's going to be a penthouse that has a gym. So it's like a rooftop gym, and I thought it was super cool. The thing that really inspired me, obviously, was the new fitness stuff pack, because that literally just came out, and I really featured a lot of the build and buy objects from it, because obviously it's new, so I wanted to try it all out. So yeah, you'll see throughout the building we have a lot of fitness stuff pack items. So like I said, this is technically a penthouse, and in The Sims 4, penthouses are treated pretty much just like any other house. It's just on top of a building. So technically you could put this in any lot that you really want, but it's going to look the best if you put it on the same lot if you put it on the same lot that I put it on. Sorry, my dog is talking. It's going to look the best if you put it on the same lot that I put it on, and that was the penthouse in the art district. So it's that kind of industrial looking apartment building, so that's the one that I put it on, and if you put it on there, that's where it's going to look the best. Primarily just because the lot size is correct, and also if you look at it from the side, the wall coverings and the windows, I tried to match them a lot to the building, so it really looks like it blends in, and it should be there. Whereas if you put it on like the penthouse in the fashion district, it's going to look totally just confusing, because it's not going to blend in. So obviously you can put it anywhere you want, but that would be the best option for you. So anyway, as you can see, we just put in this pool, and it's kind of an infinity pool because it overhangs, but I do have like a surrounding terrace, so I don't know if it's technically considered an infinity pool, but I thought it was just kind of cool. Anyway, so I have this theory that when you upload stuff to the gallery, they decide to pick the most unflattering picture they can. I have a theory. I know it's totally not right. I know it just technically takes it from the front of a lot. I understand that, but I feel like it's like a conspiracy, because every single time I upload a house, it just seems to always find literally the most unflattering picture possible. Because on this lot, it looks really cool. Eventually you'll see there's like all these terraces, and there's like this cool roof and all these windows and stuff, and the one side that just is kind of a flat wall with some windows, that's the side I chose. So I was a little bitter about it, and actually I was like a lot bitter about it. Obviously there's nothing I can really do about it, but the picture that they chose does not do this building justice, so it kind of made me mad. Again, there's nothing I can really do about it, so just keep that in mind. If you see the building, it's like a lot cooler inside and from literally every other angle than it is on the gallery picture. That being said, I would really like to suggest, not that anyone cares, but I would really like to suggest that we get to upload custom pictures for the building. Not that I want to like edit the pictures or anything like that, but there were so many other cool pictures I could have taken to justify this build, and they chose like the blank wall. So I don't know. I just wish we could, sorry, I just got a text. I just wish we could pick our own custom pictures so that you could showcase like the best part of the build, if that makes any sense. I know they don't care what I have to think, but that's just my opinion. And like usual, if you can hear like jingling or weird noises, my dog does not like to be silenced, so she likes to talk, and she's sitting near me, so if you hear like her little collar jingling or her making noises or whatever, it's just her. She likes to be a part of the filming process. She wants to be part of it too. Maybe I should make like credits at the end, like you would see in a movie, and then I can just have her, and maybe she'll be happy with that. So anyway, let me stop talking about my dog. But anyway, you can see right now we're putting up those columns. In just a second, you'll see that the terraces are just going to kind of appear, because they took me literally so long. It was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so there you can see they're kind of surrounding the pool and surrounding that other part of the building. They literally took me so long because, you have to actually do the terraces, and then once you do them, it considers each of those little pole things to be a separate room. So then you have to delete all the floor tiles. So I just cut that out of the building because I was like, this took forever. Nobody wants to see this. It's boring. So yeah, if anybody wants to know how to do that, I can totally like make a video on that, but nobody wants to just watch 10 straight minutes of me drawing lines and deleting floor tiles. So now we're doing the roof, and I just did kind of a simple roof. I just put, one kind of slanted roof section. You'll see me in just a second. I'm going to move it over, yeah, because I wanted it to be separate from the like half roof or half wall thing. And then right now we're covering it with some stuff. And then in just a second, you'll see I put a bunch of roof decorations like on that empty part because I figured on top of a an apartment building, there would be tons of like air conditioning units and like exhaust. I don't know. Is that what comes out of buildings? No, I think exhaust is cars. I don't know what technically the fumes are that comes out of buildings, but I'm sure there's some. So that's where I felt like it would come out of the top, you know, so I put some of those in because I felt like it made it more real. So now we're covering the outside with this nice kind of concrete. I think it's like brushed concrete is technically what it would be called. This concrete floor tiles. I actually really like the concrete in this game because I feel like they look really realistic, and some of them are like super polished and shiny, and I think that's very cool. I really like in this game how they have a ton of shiny stuff. I know that's kind of stupid, but I feel like those like vampire the vampire flooring, you know, and the basketball flooring, they're super shiny wood, and I just think that that's a really cool look, and it looks pretty realistic as well. Because I don't know if anybody had this in The Sims 3, but I remember there was like this mod, I think, where you could like put, it was almost like a carpet, like a rug, and then you could just change the floor, like the pattern to make it look like floor, but you would place it like a carpet, and it was just like this really shiny floor. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I remember I downloaded it off of Mod The Sims, and it was really cool. But yeah, I like that we can do that in the game, the shiny floors, without having to mod the game. So now we're just kind of detailing the floor plan a little bit more. Right now we're doing the bathrooms. We have like little shower stalls and bathroom stalls, because obviously you would want to have a shower in the gym. Like if you were going to the gym and then you were going to work after, you would want to be able to take a shower because you don't want to smell, obviously. So we just put in those little showers, and obviously there's male and female bathrooms as well. And then we're using these cool doors. I never use these doors because I never feel like they fit the build, but I thought they were really cool in this instance. Plus there's three floor tiles, and that little area was 3 floor tiles, so it was like meant to be. So I also did kind of a mix of different window kinds, types, whatever, in this build. I did some of those like big 2 floor tile windows that came in the base game, you know, and then I also did some of these huge 3 floor tile windows that came with City Living, I think. So I did a kind of a cool mix, and I thought that was interesting because I usually don't mix up windows. I typically keep it the same kind of style throughout the build, but I thought it was kind of fun just to have a few different styles and colors and stuff throughout the build. And then yeah, so we're adding in some more, and like I said, a lot of the second story is just the same room from the first story, if that makes sense. So I continued the windows like up onto the second story because I thought that would make the most sense. And then, as you could see a while ago, I made all of the pool wall surrounded with windows because I felt like that'd be kind of cool. So if you were sitting in the gym, or standing in the gym, or running in the gym, whatever, and people were swimming, you'd be able to see them swimming, which is kind of cool. And obviously in the game, I just learned this the other day actually, in the game you can't actually see people in the pool, which is kind of weird if you're on the story below. I just found this out like literally a day ago. So yeah, you wouldn't actually be able to see them, but in real life you can. So like with most things in The Sims, we're just gonna have to pretend, okay? We're gonna have to pretend that you can see them and everything's okay, because sometimes The Sims just can't do certain things. So yeah. So now we're just starting on the indoor furnishing a little bit, and what we're doing right now is kind of the entrance little space, you know, kind of a lounge / office. So those little counters are obviously supposed to represent like a seat for the receptionist, you know, so maybe they have to check like IDs or give information about the classes or whatever. I don't know. I don't work at a gym, but that's, you know, just the receptionist who does all that kind of stuff. And basically what I really modeled this gym after was this gym that my sister used to go to. It's actually called Equinox. It's like a chain throughout. I actually don't know how huge it is. I know it's in like LA and some parts of Southern California, and it's just like this really nice, like luxurious gym. And yeah, so if you look up a picture, look up Equinox Gym, and it's just like the fanciest gym you will ever see in your life, and that's kind of what I tried to model it after. Even though it's not technically a penthouse, I just tried to model like the style of furnishings and stuff. So yeah, you can see we're taking advantage of some of the new workout equipment that came with the fitness stuff pack. And yeah, I think they look really sleek and kind of, I don't know, almost like comforting because there's like the wood and stuff. And then obviously, of course, I had to put in the rock climbing wall because that was pretty much the biggest feature of the fitness stuff pack. So yeah, of course I had to put that in. I wasn't extremely excited about the fitness stuff pack, like most people, just because I feel like we already have all of that stuff. Like it wasn't an incredibly like needed stuff pack. And pretty much the biggest part, you know, was that rock wall, so of course I had to include it. The thing that I was kind of disappointed with about this build was I looked back at it after I was all done, and I was just like, could I have done this in pretty much almost the exact style, almost the exact furnishings, you know, without the fitness stuff pack? And the answer was like totally yes. Like I could have absolutely done the exact same thing without the fitness stuff pack, and you probably wouldn't have even noticed. So I don't really feel like we needed that fitness stuff pack. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with it. I don't think it's like the worst thing ever, but I just feel like we could have used something else instead. But anyways, you may have noticed that the wall coverings kind of just appeared because when I was doing this in real time, I literally could not decide what colors I wanted it to be. So I changed it like 7 times. I went from like red to orange to mint green to brown to burgundy. You know, I did all these different colors with all these different wall patterns and tiles and wood and all this kind of stuff. So I just cut that out because I was like, this is going to take forever and it didn't really help understand the build anyway. So yeah, I basically decided to do that really shiny concrete as the flooring in the fitness areas because I feel like you would want it to be concrete, you know, so it would be a lot easier to clean and stuff. Sorry if you can hear, there's like a bird chirping outside my window. Anyway, and then in like the more businessy areas, like the hallways and where the elevator opens and that kind of stuff, I did the really shiny flooring. And then for the wall textures, I did that kind of dark, like icy navy blue, and the like tile, like the kind of clean brick looking tile, I don't know, in a white shade. So those were the ones that I chose. I thought that they looked really well together, and they looked very fancy as well. So we're just adding in some more furniture. Not necessarily the furniture that we need, if that makes sense, because we've already got like all the fitness stuff and like the bathrooms and stuff. But now I'm just kind of adding in like decorations to make it look nice and comforting and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Not really much else to talk about, but I was actually really sad because I tried to film a Let's Play, and I was really excited about it because I thought I had this really cool idea and all this stuff, blah blah blah, and then when I went to go edit the footage, my computer is just, it's not like a gaming computer, so it's a little bit slow, and when I was playing the game, it looked totally fine, but then when I was looking back at the footage, it was like the most laggy, slow video ever. And I figured nobody would really want to watch it. It was kind of painful to watch, honestly, because it was just so laggy. So yeah, I was really disappointed because I really wanted to do that Let's Play, but my computer just was not having it. Because when you do a speed build like this, you know, the footage gets sped up anyway, so you can't tell that it's lagging. If that makes any sense, you as the audience can't really tell. But when it's in real time, you can totally tell that the computer is lagging. So I didn't really want to put out that content because I felt like it was kind of garbage. But yeah, I was really disappointed because I really, really wanted to do that. So yeah, now that I've told you guys all my sad woes of the day, you may have seen I was trying to put in some curtains like just about now, and I decided not to keep them because they just didn't look right because I had 2 stories and I was like, that looks ridiculous and all this stuff. So I didn't decide to do the curtains. But right now we're just kind of adding in some decorations and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much all of the like info about the build I wanted to share. But actually, a little fun info. Yesterday, I got this sushi, and it was like literally the greatest sushi I have ever had in my life. Because I got off of work at like 4:30, I think. Yeah, 4:30. And it's almost the 4th of July, and if you don't live in the United States, it's basically just a holiday that's specifically celebrated in the United States. And I live in Southern California, and the way that a lot of Southern Californians celebrate it is they go to the beach. And I actually live very close to the beach. I live about a mile away, and so pretty much the whole week leading up to 4th of July and much of the summer, it's like literally awful. Like, it's just awful to be in my neighborhood around the 4th of July because all these people come in, and there's nothing wrong with it, you know, they're just celebrating, they're having fun, but it just kind of makes it really awful to live here for a few weeks because everybody's just like driving around. People don't pay attention to like parking rules. People don't pay attention to any kind of like, people will literally just cross streets in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's this one really big street that I live by, and pedestrians with their little flip-flops and stuff will literally just walk across the street in the middle of nowhere. It's like the weirdest thing. People just think that like those kind of things don't apply anymore. So it's really awful to drive around 4th of July where I live. And so after work, I really wanted to get dinner because I was home alone, and I hadn't gone to the grocery store, but I really didn't want to go out and drive because there wasn't going to be any parking and it would just be awful, you know? So I actually ended up getting delivery. I did like Grubhub or DoorDash or something, which I never do because I can do it myself, you know? I don't need delivery, I can just drive. But I was just like, I don't want to drive, it's going to be awful, it's going to be horrible, I hate it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it was literally the best sushi I've ever had. So I got it delivered, and then it was like an avocado roll and fried tofu, and it was literally amazing. Like, I cannot even describe how great it was. And I'm not even really much of a sushi kind of person. I don't eat any fish, so obviously sushi is fish. It's raw fish. So I'm not like a huge sushi person, but the sushi that I got was just incredible. So I really want to go back and get it, but then I'm like, it was expensive. So I probably won't get any more for a while, but I'm a little sad about it because it was literally so great. Okay, anyway, sorry. Now that my 3-minute sushi rant is over, we're just adding in some lighting. I do like this new kind of hanging lighting that came with the Fitness Stuff Pack. I like that it comes in the three different levels. I am a little disappointed that it doesn't create a lot of light. Obviously, that's like the biggest issue with the Sims 4 lighting is the fact that it literally doesn't light things. So unless you use like the beamer or that one kind of lantern looking thing, like, it's not going to be lit. There's no lighting, you know. So it's a little annoying because then you have to add like a ton of lights throughout the build if you want to see what you're doing. So yeah, I kind of had to play with the lighting a little bit because I didn't want to use the beamer. It didn't fit the right style. Whoa, that was kind of weird. I just cut to a weird angle. So yeah, I didn't want to use that because it would look stupid, and I just had to play with the lighting a lot. But yeah, I do like that Fitness Stuff Pack lighting. I thought it looked really cool. And then I did use that kind of rock looking lighting on that one wall, almost like a feature piece. I just thought it looked really cool. So yeah, now we're adding in a little bit of details. We added some toilet paper rolls. And then we're adding in a little bit more lighting. Nothing super special or super crazy right now. Oh, and then I did add in a TV because I felt like at the gym, you know, a lot of people watch TV. And I put this stereo behind the kind of reception desk because I figured that then the receptionist could kind of manage the music, because if not, people would probably fight over music because that's what people do. And then I kind of just added these little stereos around. So yeah. And then what else are we doing? Oh yeah, I added in this little coffee thing with tea and stuff because, again, it's like the luxury gym, so of course they would have that kind of stuff. And then over here I'm just adding in some yoga mats outside because I felt like that would be kind of a cool place to do yoga, even though it would probably be kind of congested. You know, like the air would probably be gross because you're in a penthouse on top of a building, but they don't have that issue in The Sims, so we're just going to ignore it. Anyway, now we're doing the pool. We're just kind of adding in some lights and that little pool vent thing, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I'll put up some screenshots, of course, so you can see the building overall. The next video up will probably be one of my starters. If you haven't checked out any of my other videos, you should totally check them out. They are absolutely amazing, if I do say so myself. And this is, of course, available on the gallery under the name Lindsay Lou. It's just like it is here, but no Sims. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Please check it out on the gallery and download it if you liked it. If you really liked it, please subscribe, and if you really, really liked it, go ahead and hit a like, and I really hope I get to see you next time. Bye.